This is where you can come up and ring the bell in the morning like the dong, 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 dong. What's poppin', friends and fam? Are you excited? I know I am. Welcome back to another episode of iCraft SMP with your host, LUUKZILLA. Alright guys, so in the last episode, I was doing the witch farm project with Virus, which is now finished. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure to go back to the last episode and check it out. It was a good one. Now, we're spending some time at my base, my base, which is still unnamed. I guess just LUUKZILLA's base is it's a pretty good name. So, as you know, we've got just a little bit of stuff going on here. Like, we got our main entranceway, and we actually can't zoom in because no Optifine for version 1.9. Oh yeah, baby, we're now on version 1.9. It's freaking awesome. Look at this. I can wait, get some of this grass out of my way. Look at this. I can now switch which hand this torch is in. So it's pretty cool. I can direct traffic like that, like, you know. Anyway, so yeah, we are now rocking version 1.9. It is freaking awesome. So yeah, at our base, we don't got too much going on, but we do have a little bit. Like, we got our little entranceway there. We got our pet district over there. We got our nice little centerpiece fountain over here. Over on the hill behind it, we got kind of like a little thing going on, which is gonna have to do with our future base, which I don't know when I'm gonna be starting. Hopefully sometime soon, but I don't know. Only time will tell. So lately, a little bit off camera, I know I did show an update like a few episodes ago, but I know off camera I've been working on this district a little bit. This is the farming district. So I took down all of the other villager houses, and I've been building up some new ones. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 so far. 5.5 houses. We got the villagers inside, little holes in the ground. Underneath here, don't worry, there's torches in there with them, so they're safe. There's 3 in here, there's 2 in that one, and then there's one who's a cleric in here. And they're all doing alright. They're safe. They got lighting in there. I'll let them out as soon as I can. I just don't want them to be in the way whenever I'm trying to construct things. Don't worry, I feed them daily, and I go down there and hang out with them sometimes, you know, grab a few beers, you know, whatever, the typical. Yeah, but I really like the way this village is coming along. One of my favorite parts about it is this area down here. As you can see, this is all fenced in because this is where, like, the farm animals are gonna go. So these pigs and these sheep, I didn't put any of these in here. They all just kind of found their way in. I think what happened is they came from, like, this taiga over here. They're just kind of, I don't know, maybe hanging out around up here. They come here, do a few spin arounds on the fence because that's what pigs and stuff do whenever they're on fences. They spin, they break dance, they rock out, they party. But now they all found their way inside of our little pen, so that's pretty cool. We already got a few little farm animals here. Another thing that I really like is this house up here built into the side of the hill. Let's go check that one out real quick. I really like this way here. We got this little bridge that heads over to it. We got this giant tree here. Quite a while back in the season, like way in the early days whenever we were still working on getting town like built up, I did like a little like show off how to make big trees. So that's what I did with this one, and it became super huge. This was the second tree that it made, and I really love the way this tree turned out. I think it looks really great sitting up here, you know, above the farm, above the whole freaking town. And we got this little hill here, or what? We got this little house here that's built into the hill, and we can go inside, and it's actually got a little window into this cave system, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. So, what I want to do for this episode, aside from showing off some 1.9 things, like I'm using these path blocks for like the roadways around this this farming town. I'm using path blocks with cobble slabs, and I think it looks really cool. These path blocks are made by right-clicking on grass. So grass blocks like this, you just right click on it and bam, makes a little path block. And I think they look really good. So this is what the roadway around this town is going to look like. So that's pretty neat. Some plans for this village. Obviously, we got quite a few houses. We're definitely going to be building more. We're probably going to put, let's see, so this road is going to like come along this way a little bit at a diagonal. Go in front of this house. This road's probably going to branch off this way a little bit before. It's probably going to connect up with like this bit of road right here. So let's just kind of do a line of torches like so. So that's probably where that's going to connect up. I'm thinking this looks like a pretty good like central point for this town. So here I want to do like one of those little Minecraft wells. Like, you know how villages always have wells in them. I'm going to do a nice little well. Obviously a different style than typical villages have. But yeah, I'll do a well right here in the middle. Probably right about here I want to make a church, because like villages always have churches. Like the original church was about right where this house was. I took it down because, I don't know, the churches are ugly. They're just giant cobblestone messes. So we're going to build up a new church right here where this ground is a little up higher. We'll probably build another house like right there or something. And then I think that might do it for this little farming town. You know, but whatevs. I'm going to do a little bit of work before I cut back. Maybe I'll make some new houses. Maybe I'll just work on roads. I don't know. But I'll do something, and I'll come back with some updates of this farming town. After working my booty off for quite a few days, I am happy to call the farming district finished. Or, you know, almost finished. I don't know. You know how I am. I usually come back and tweak builds and tweak them again and tweak them again. But anyway, guys, I am so tickled by the way this thing came out. Let's do a little walk around for a second. So the paths, I got these path blocks, and they look really nice here. So I got this small house here, this small house here, which has a farm in the back of it. So I wanted to kind of, you know, stick to the roots. All these natural villages, they have farms in them, so I wanted to include some in this village, or else it kind of would be pointless calling it the farming district. So as you can see, they got little fences on the outside and little doorways on the inside. Obviously, the more doors the merrier when it comes to a village, so that's really cool. Over here we got our nice little animal pen, which has loads of animals in it because I brought them all over from my animal pens that were over there, and I can't zoom in like I normally would. Inside here we got like an armor guy, one of the guys with like the black aprons on, but he's got a farm in the back of his house. One of my favorite builds here is this one, the church. Let's kind of step back and look at this. You can see up at top there's a nice little you know, church cross, which obviously that's kind of essential for a church, you know. And then on the inside I even added in a church bell. Now I know it's kind of hard to see from here, so I'm gonna kind of poke my head on inside just for a second. Hopefully nobody tries to escape. I got two villagers in here. Yep, I got this guy, leather worker. It's like a toolsmith. Yep. Alright, so here's the first floor. We got, you know, a little seating. That guy's in a good place right now. This is where like the pastor would come up and talk to the peeps, be like, yo, so this is God, and I don't know. I haven't been to church in ages. I'm sorry. You come up here, this is where you can come up and ring the bell in the morning like the dong 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 dong. You know, and it's cool, guys. It's really cool. I'm loving this church. I'm loving pretty much every build that's here. I think I did really well working on this town. Now, obviously, I just got a bunch of random small houses, like that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. This one's got another farm in the back, and it's pretty nice. This one's got like a cleric living in it. So I don't actually have any kind of real farmers in here, so no one's really harvesting these crops. But hopefully as soon as I get the area like more secure, I'll let these guys out of their houses and they can, you know, talk amongst themselves and breed up and do all that good stuff. And it's really cool, guys. So I'm ready to call this little project finished. Now the next project that I'm gonna work on is all the way across my little area towards my little main entrance. So the next area that I want to work on is going to be up here at the front. The reason it's got to be at the front is because this is the area that's going to house all my chests. So the amount of chests I have here, it's been rapidly growing. Like, it started with just one chest, now it's, you know, 3 double chests, 2 single chests, a furnace array, 2 beds. You know, I got so much going on, so I want to get started on this next district as soon as possible. It's going to be the fishing district, so it's going to be tucked away in this little corner. There's going to be houses with docks coming out over the water. There's going to be just some cool stuff around, but each house is going to, you know, have chests full of items. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be really neat. Obviously, it means I'm going to... Obviously, it means I'm going to have to like tear down my cactus farm and my vine farm. So before I start working on this village, I'm going to, I don't know, harvest up a bunch of resources. But before I do that, I got a message from Koi saying that he left me a nice prank at my townhouse. So I'm going to head on over there. I'll be recording because I want to get the initial reveal. So anyway, guys, I'll meet you when I'm over there. So I just arrived at town center. I wanted to start here because I didn't know which part of my base he put it at. So anyway, looks like Koi left a little instruction manual how to build a shield. I'm actually not going to use a shield because I don't like them because they take up way too much of my screen, and I am not okay with that. Okay, so I do see a sign right there, so it looks like I am approaching this from the right entrance. Luke, I know you weren't too happy earlier, so I fixed it. From Koi. Luke, I fixed your door. I hope you like this positive prank. From Koi. So guys, what is this? Alright, so for those of you who don't know, I was pranked by Koi a while back. I didn't put it in an episode because I wasn't actually told to record when I logged on. Anyway, so Koi had pranked me by filling my house, my shop, my away from town base, everything like that. He filled it with snow and put snow golems all over the place. Well, he wasn't aware that snow golems could actually aggro mobs, so he got 2 creepers to blow up inside of my base, and there was like a large chunk right over there in that corner, and right over there in that corner, which is where all my redstone was. It also blew holes in my glass, so Koi's response to that was to go down there and kill all the mobs that I had that were, you know, wearing armor so they wouldn't despawn. So I guess I'm gonna have to get those guys back now. I can see he did fix my floor, which is cool, but he did put a bunch of glass everywhere, so that's nice. I guess he wanted to make like a little maze. Alright guys, so we're back at my base. I'm standing here in front of the future fishing area, fishing village, fishing district. I still don't know what to call these things. I want to call them districts, but I don't know if that sounds right. I really like how you can see the church out in the distance. I had to turn my render distance down. Now it's at 12. Usually I rock 16, but I don't know. 1.9 is just not completely optimized yet. Plus I'm not rocking Optifine, which I normally do, so that's hurting me a bit. But oh well. I digress. If I turn down to 12, I can still get 60 frames per second, which is beautiful. So I really don't know what to do for this fishing village. Whenever I think of a fishing village, I picture oak, but our farming village over there is pretty much 100% oak. So I really don't know how to go about doing this. I don't want to do another like completely oak one. Maybe maybe oak roofs. No, that has oak roofs. Haha. Oh, crap. See, now this is where it gets difficult. Like, I don't want to use the same blocks over and over and over again. Like that, we got dark oak and oak. Over there, we got oak with, like, spruce roofs. Thinking maybe this could be spruce wood and... Yikes. I don't know. Maybe jungle roofs? Spruce and jungle do not go well together, though. Alright, here. I got a better idea. I'm going to experiment with some blocks real quick. I will be right back. So I played around with some blocks, and this is the design that I figured out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gosh, Luke, this looks like a witch hut, but with some different blocks. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but I know that's what I'm thinking whenever I look at it. And I'd say that's kind of fitting. Like, think about witch huts. They're always at swamps. Swamps are always, like, filled with water. Since this is going to be a fishing village, you know, obviously, there's water around. So these kind of have to be raised up off the ground. See, the reason that, you know, witch huts and builds like this are raised up off the ground is because people who, like, build these, they want to compromise for, like, whenever the river's up, whenever the river's down, you know? So, like, let's say it's a really stormy day, the water rises. They don't want their precious fishing rods and whatnot on the inside to get ruined, so they gotta, you know, build it up by a couple blocks because, you know, in case the water floods, like, let's say the water, like, rises all the way up to here for some reason, you know, they'll be safe because, obviously, their house is up a little bit higher. So that's kind of my idea. Now, I don't think I'm going to keep this one right here. It's kind of stupid for it to be raised up this high whenever the water is all the way down at that level. But I am going to be building some down here, like, into this hill, which will be really cool. Hopefully these blocks look well against sand. I don't see why they won't. And even if they don't, I can make it work, guys. I usually find ways to make things work because I am a pro at Minecraft. I am a boss, and, you know, I'm just all around awesome. So anyway, so I'm gonna build some into this hillside here. I'm going to, you know, build some probably like closer to the edge of this little, I guess, cliff. I don't know. It's kind of an awkward spot because, like, it's flat up here and it kind of dips down pretty quickly, but we will make it work. Now, other things that I want to do with this area, rather than just building houses, I kind of want to make the area, like, a little murky. So, like, I'm gonna add, like, small patches of water in places. So let's say I'll just put, like, a little patch, like, right there, maybe like another little one there, and, you know, some more little ones just kind of, like, sporadic, because whenever you see a bunch of water, it's usually not just held up in one place. Like, you know, over time, maybe some of the ground gets kind of worn down. And obviously, you know, like, in real life examples, there's this thing called, like, groundwater. If you dig down far enough, you'll hit water. Especially whenever you're right up next to a river like that. You dig down a few blocks and, oh, look at that, there's water there. Ta-da. So, yeah, guys, that's kind of what I'm going to do. Make some water around here, some lily pads. Going to put, like, bushes. I'm going to do lots of things to make this look, like, more natural, more fitting with the environment, and kind of get a theme going on. Alright, so some planning that I have here, like, around my area. So we got that district, we got that one way back there that you can barely see the church coming into distance now. We're gonna have a fishing village here, but I have a couple other ideas for little districts to have. Obviously, where my minecart elevator is, that's going to be where my house is. So that's not really going to be a district. That's more going to be kind of like an individual kind of project. And I swear, I'm just going to keep you guys in the dark about this. You guys are going to have to wait and see it whenever I start building it. But I think right around in the center here, so maybe like up on this hill or something. This might not be a bad place. Like up and around this area, I want to do modern style houses, or maybe like back that way or something. I don't know. But somewhere around the center, I want like modern build. So that will be really neat. For those of you who don't know this, I live in St. Louis. Now, St. Louis isn't the best area to live. Like, the area I live isn't too bad, but I know, like, there are some sketchy parts of St. Louis that, you know, we call downtown, we call the city, we call the ghetto, and most of the houses there are made of brick. So these houses are gonna be small houses made of brick. So, you know, they're just gonna look a little something like that. They're gonna be, you know, brick houses. Now, a lot of them are gonna be taller because most of the houses that are built to fit like large amounts of people. So maybe instead of doing something like that, there'd be like a house with like a wall in the middle, then like a door on like each side, so they're capable of fitting like, you know, 2 different families in one house, just kind of dividing it up. Now I'm gonna need to run to a bed. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this episode here. I know not a lot was done, more or less just kind of showing things off, but I don't know, I made a lot of progress with the farming district. I got my design worked out for the fishing district. I got some plans in mind for the modern district and the slums. So anyway, guys, I think this is a great place to end off the episode. So if you like the episode, make sure to show your support by hitting that like button and leave the friend zone. Join the fam. Want to know how? Subscribe to my channel and make sure to have a good night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is for you. Have a great one, and I will catch you next time.